welcome back to another not sponsored video by Liquid Death. You should sponsor me. Just saying. Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna break down Move to the Beat with Blackfish. This is a cool track. It came out in December of, I think, last year, and it's one of my favorite songs, and it's actually my most streamed song, which is pretty cool because I honestly didn't think this was going to be my most streamed track. So let's just give it a breakdown and yeah, talk about it a little bit. And yeah, so here's the main instruments, I would say. Oh, well, first of all, let me give a little bit of backstory. Blackfish contacted me. He was like, hey, what do you think about this idea? And I was like, I think it's cool, but I think it's a little too busy. Let's work on it. And then he came to my place and we started like moving everything that he gave me. We just moved it and then started grabbing like little parts and pieces. And then it became this better, like not better, but like more audible version with like more, I don't know. I think it came out pretty interesting, and the sounds he sent me were pretty interesting. So this is the first sound that came out from Serum. You can see it's a pretty normal like pattern. It's nothing too crazy. There's just a little reverb and delays going on in the background. We have a Reese as well in this section. It is pretty big. And then over here it starts changing the pattern, so it starts becoming the build-up. Like there are actually other sounds over here, like this one. I don't remember how I did this one pretty much, but they call it the balloon sound. I guess it does sound like a balloon, so it sounds like, check it out. It's the sound. So then it becomes a different thing because I record this and make it into audio then. And now it's not like MIDI information. So now all the instruments would sound like this. Right, so we started getting a little groove, a little story per se, and then he sent me this vocal that really topped it off, and I just added it on top, and that really changed most of it, like the vibe where it was going. So let me just play it a little back. Move to the rhythm of the beat. Move to the rhythm that dance all night. Right, so you catch where it's going, then the build up, there's like a different type of pattern. You can see this is the vocal. To the rhythm of the, and then over here it's like being filtered out, and then there's like to the rhythm of the beat, and then there's this other dance all night. Vocal to the rhythm of the beat, move to the rhythm that dance all night. Let's go. That's this one, this vocal, and that really changed it a lot too. Let's go. With a lot of reverb, so it feels like kind of like an impact. So together it sounds pretty cool. Move to the rhythm that dance all night. Let's go. Yeah, then after that we started moving into bass and like a sub, and you can find that like down here as well on the freeze. Yeah, just pretty much had a slight different pattern of what it was, and just kind of chopped it, made it into audio, and then kind of chopped it to make it not clip and make random weird noises. Check it out. Yeah. Let me give it some slack. Move to the rhythm that dance all night. Let's go. Right, and over here it's different. Yeah. Right, and it's pretty low. You probably need headphones for that, but we also added the kick, and that was that gives it a lot more house vibes. But for example, in the build up, there's a little, it's like fading away and everything.
the rhythm of the beat.
Right? It's all like going away, and then the drop.
Let's go.
Right, but it's still missing like a couple things. So there's like this horn that I added after, and it's like very super sustained, and it goes throughout the whole bar pretty much, and that's really, it's like kind of like a lead sound. Let me just put it over here. Let me just play it alone, and then oh well, here it starts in the build up. And then over here it's like completely long. And then here's the second part with like, that's what they call like a balloon sound. So right, so they don't really call it a balloon sound, but I heard it somewhere in a podcast, and it was really funny, like how they said that it was like a balloon sound, like being rubbed against each other. But yeah, that's pretty much what really topped it off. Like at least that space, because it there's a lot of like, there's a kick, a bass, and the vocals, but it really needed that like kind of like going down.
Move to
Just check it out.
move to the rhythm that dance all night. Let's
go.
Right, and then over here like kind of break. But it's still missing, right? So we added drums to add like more feel of like, more excitement, and especially on the second part. So over here is completely like no drums, and then after those 8 bars there's like, right? And then over here it gives you more excitement with different feels. 16th notes, right? Like a shaker. And then for example, this sound over here, it's like kind of like a reverb of the clap, and it's really cool because what it does, it makes it feel very like wide, and then it's like going away, and then you're attracted again by the clap that is in your face, so like it gives a good combo. So check it out. This is the sound itself. It's kind of like boring without anything, but with context it's pretty sweet. Check it out. Now if I put the clap, if I put all the drums just alone, it works really well. So same in like outros, right? And then it goes kind of like, kind of more Latin. Then I would say those are the main parts. Oh well, I didn't show how the drums work with the whole track. So the whole track would sound like this, right? So wait, oh wait, actually I forgot to mention the effects as well. I don't really have a lot, but it's they're really what I needed in the track. Just pretty much like just a little effects over here and there to make it a little more interesting. So check it out. Like this is a reverb riser of another sound. Right, they just make it a little more interesting, and it gives it a little more depth. Check out the second drop, because I'm gonna go over this in a second, but this is the build up over here, and then the drop would be over here. Right, so it goes really long, and the reason for that is because the instrument is working with that. So the main lead, right? So that makes it a little more powerful and more excitement. Right, so that's that. Let me see what else is going on. Well, that's pretty much it. Like the effects, the instruments, the kick and bass, the vocal, the drums, the effects, and pretty much you got moved to the beat. Oh, some mixing and mastering, of course. Like, of course, you know, like it's not all flowers and unicorns, but it came out to be one of my favorite projects, and it was super fun to make, honestly. But you can listen, like, this is a preview.
Move to the rhythm of the beat. Move to the rhythm that dance all night. Move to the rhythm of the beat. Move to the rhythm that dance all night. Let's go.
Right, and then some other like things going on in the background are pretty much like, let's like transitions, kind of like making, like, taking some stuff away so that other things can come in, kind of like, check it out over here, like from here to here it sounds pretty solid. Like, check it out.
Move to the beat.
Right, and I was really fan of only this bar, like only this part over here, because I just thought it was so cool how it kind of like, I don't know, it sounded really interesting. So like, check it out.
Move to the beat.
Like, you get the balloon triplets, like tuk-tuk. It kind of, it sounds like interesting. Over here it's kind of like a different transition as well.
Move to the rhythm of the beat.
Doesn't have the tuk-tuk, right? So that sound, for example, was the reverb of that balloon sound. So over here I got the balloon sound. I'm gonna just call it balloon sound. Right, so over here I got the reverb only for that. Right, and so it makes it like really wide and really like, whoa, like it was part of the sound or the transition. And with everything, it sounds really cool. Like, check it out. Especially over here, for example, with the Reese, it even sounds like this is a different part. So it feels part, kind of like, let me just play it all. And that's without the vocals.
Move to the rhythm of the beat. Move to the rhythm that dance all night. Move to the rhythm of the beat. Move to the rhythm that move to the beat. Move to the beat. Move to the beat.
But yeah, that's pretty much the beat breakdown, like really the essentials. Then it was just a matter of just detail and kind of like, making things sound a little like to the best version it could be. And for example, I grabbed this same Reese over here that I have, a Reese bass, and I wanted the outro to be similar to the intro so that people could mix it. I could mix it, and so I just copied this, moved it to the end over here. But then I wanted to open some spaces, so it felt like kind of like breaking, and I actually, it's one of my favorite parts. So check it out. While the melody is on top. And then over here it goes again. That was one of my favorite. Oh, it also starts like opening up over here, like the filter. So it makes it feel like it's opening up and being like super louder, I would say, but it's not really louder, it's just opening the filter. So check it out. Anyway, that's move to the beat. I'm gonna just give it a final outro over here, and then yeah.
Off the beat. Let's go.
Anyway, I hope you like this beat breakdown, and because I enjoyed it a lot. Ooh, excuse me. Anyway, if you want to know their video, like another beat breakdown or something like that, just type it down and I'll get to it. But it was super fun. It's the first time I do a beat breakdown, like kind of like live like this. But yeah, it was super fun. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Oh, by the way, check out the spinning logo, bro. ChatGPT does wonders, man. Seriously, like it's great. But anyway, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.